Welcome back to another episode of Off Brand, and this episode I have a very good friend of mine.
Hello.
This is Austin.
Hello. I'm nervous. I'm kind of shaking. I've been asking you to have me on this show for months, and feels like years.
It feels a lot like years, yeah. But you're here now.
I am.
And I asked you what were some of the things that you think that you could do.
Yeah. And
I don't think this was actually on the list.
It wasn't.
I just came up with it because it was a little bit more convenient than some of the other options and a little less expensive.
Sure.
So this week we're doing coffee.
Cold brew coffee. And we're doing cold brew coffee from Starbucks, which is the name brand that everybody seems to like. Everyone loves.
Tastes like dishwater.
Mm-hmm.
And then
exciting.
Dunkin', America runs on Dunkin'. From what I've heard.
Yeah.
And we are also doing Get-Go, so a little more local.
Yeah.
But still a little bit big.
I'm nervous right now.
I am too.
I went in so when I walked in your house, I said I'm about to go 3 for 3.
You said you 3 for 3, but good luck because they all look the exact same.
Yeah, that's what throws me off. Can I give you like an early guess?
I have an early guess as well.
Okay, I think the one with bubbles is Get-Go.
I think the one with bubbles is Dunkin' because it's fresher.
I didn't even think of that. I think the one with bubbles is Dunkin'.
It's a good call. But that could also just be the way Chelsea poured it. So that one might have just been a more aggressive.
Also, the fact that she mixed it up and she put the D in front of that one. I feel
they're
like
all the same. Right?
Yeah, I know, but like I don't think that she would do that.
She had a psychological slip.
Yeah, I think that she would be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna like put the D in front of the actual concoction."
I seem to think that she might have put all of them the same for us, like the same order, so we'll both be like kind of thrown off.
Well, now I'm in my own head.
Oh yeah, that's what happens on every episode. Is you get in your own head.
I'm a big fan, by the way.
Yeah. Glad to have you on.
I might be the biggest fan.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. We're gonna have to throw some trivia at you in a little bit here.
Let's do it. I'm gonna bomb it.
So first of all, if you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified when the new videos come out. And I think we should just jump into it. We'll go together.
Okay.
Because no need for a blindfold here. It's just coffee.
Yeah.
Correct answers are below from left to right. And this is my number 1, 2, and 3. Austin's 1, 2, and 3. And at the end, we'll pick our guesses, which will be on the either side of us. And we'll go through what is correct and what's not correct.
I walked in this house, okay, and I'm oozing confidence, as I usually do as a human being.
You ooze a lot. A lot of stuff.
A lot of ooze. I walk and I see the camera set up, I see the mic, I see the professionalism, and my confidence has now dwindled so much that I don't feel I shouldn't be here.
Were you just ready for somebody to have like a vertical phone video, like TikTok version?
Not even that. I think it's just like, now that I'm on camera, I'm with you on a great program. I just lost all confidence, and I don't think I should have left my house today.
With that being said, we'll jump in.
Let's do it.
I'm starting with smell. I like that's something that I like to do. I think my nose will give me a little bit of a.
Feels like that's cheating. This one.
Well, yeah, that's your one. Okay, smells like black coffee. Fun fact. Okay. I learned this whenever I went cologne shopping.
Okay.
Was to clear your nose palate, you smell coffee beans. So I don't know how we're gonna clear our palate here.
When I went cologne,
because that's real.
I went cologne shopping.
I needed cologne and I didn't know what to get.
They all smell the same.
What? All right, I have an idea based on just smell.
Okay.
But I'm not sure yet. Right now, I think this is Starbucks by the smell.
I have
my number 3.
I have absolutely no idea.
That's how I always feel. Okay, I'm gonna go for tasting.
All right.
Because I definitely. Cheers. I definitely haven't. No. It's a little bitter. You can give yourself another test.
That's the Get-Go. I'm telling you, that's Get-Go. I know it in my heart.
By the end of this episode, you're gonna be like,
it's 10 p.m. right now, which is crazy. You decided to do the cold brew.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely 10 p.m. All right, I don't know which one this one is. I think it's either Get-Go or Dunkin', though, for sure.
That's the Get-Go. Oh, now you're going to 2?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, yep. There's my old friend Starbucks.
You think that's the box?
Yep.
This one could be Dunkin'. Yep, that Oh, it's Starbucks. I'm very confident about that one. It's horrible. Why are you just chugging them?
I'll tell you what,
I don't know what's
It's harder to do this than like alcohol.
That's what I was gonna
shots.
say. I don't know what's worse, chugging coffee or taking a shot of alcohol. Because coffee, you kind of feel it immediately. The
Especially
like,
as cold brew.
jitteriness. Yeah. Cold brew's stronger. So I think that that's Starbucks. And I'm not gonna chug it like you, but you might be right. So I just can't remember which one has this like. Jesus.
Oh, it hurts. All right, I've changed my mind, and I'm 100% right.
My question is, which one is actually smoother? And I'm gonna go with Get-Go. I think that the bitterness and the horribleness comes from mass-produced stuff. So I think that my number one is Get-Go because it is a little bit smoother and better tasting.
So this is just when you're saying like my favorite number one is this, you're just basing it off of what you think it is.
No, 1 through 3 is this way.
Oh, okay.
On camera, everything's flipped.
Okay.
So your number 1, 2, and 3 is
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
It's not like a rating system.
You lost me.
It's okay. Just guess whichever one you think it is. So
I
that
got
I
it.
know. Okay, so right now you think your number 1 is Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Your number 2 is Starbucks. Your
Yeah.
number 3 is Get-Go.
Yeah.
And you're in that you. I mean, you can't really figure it out any further because you just chugged it.
I chugged it, and in terms of taste, okay,
Sure.
I think it's the one I think is Starbucks, which is this one.
Okay.
I think that was the best one.
It was the best one.
Yeah.
You like Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, but I
Thought we were friends.
Well, the thing is, I lived in the neighborhood I lived in before I moved. There was a Starbucks like across the street, and yeah, it was just it brings back memories.
You in black. You just drink black.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
From Starbucks.
Yeah,
You're a madman.
yeah.
Their coffee is so bad.
This feels like an attack. My confidence started to get back up, and now it's back to zero.
I mean, you should be confident if you're right. I just think
confident.
that I just think that your palate is not.
It's destroyed.
ideal. It's just not good.
My palate was destroyed after I drank the god awful Dunkin' cold brew that I had here at the beginning.
This has got. If this is Dunkin', I'll take back everything I said against Starbucks. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that that is the Bucks. Daddy Starbucks.
And we're in the same this is the same order.
No, yours is probably
Yours
different.
lost me, man.
So no, well Chelsea just set them up.
Okay.
So 1 through 3 for me.
Yeah,
This could be Get-Go. Yours can be Dunkin'. That's okay.
got it.
Yeah, we're not trying to agree here on them.
Okay.
It's
I like to
completely
agree
random.
with you though.
Okay. You would be agreeing
So let
if
me
we
just
get them all
change
right.
it. I'll change it to your side.
Just assume that is the correct thing. Okay, I'm gonna lock it in. I feel good.
I locked it in before I walked in the store. I knew
You're
I'd
right.
get them all.
You knew the order too.
I knew the
yeah,
order.
You already came in with the order
yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
All right, well we'll jump into the results then.
I hope you're enjoying this episode of Off Brand. It'll be back in just a second, but I want to tell you about something else that I'm doing. Have you always wanted to donate to charity and not really know, where to do it or, the best way to go about it? Well, I might have a solution for you. So I started a gaming charity stream where I will be raising money for organizations, but more specifically now, it's the Humane Animal Rescue. You can go to patreon.com/Dan Helbling to contribute. You can contribute anything from $1 to $1,000 a month, so you can make it a consistent donation. And 100% of the donations that I get on Patreon will go to the Humane Animal Rescue. I will take no money for myself from Patreon. Although I won't be taking any money via Patreon, the best way to support me is to sub on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and now we'll get back to Off-Brand.
In my hand are the correct answers.
Okay.
So your number 1 will be here.
Yeah.
Your number 2, I can't believe I explained it another time. 2 will be here. You're baffled by this still. 3 is right here.
You puzzled me.
Okay. And mine is 1, 2, and 3. We
Okay.
don't go to 4, 5, 6.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So, when you open this and it says Dunkin', I am right.
Yes.
Okay.
But mine, there's 2 cards in here.
Okay.
All right.
So you hand me mine.
So we're gonna remind the people of our answers on the right and left.
Yeah.
So they're already up.
Okay.
And then
So why do you?
this is you.
You screen piece.
This is me. Well, no, there's an A and a D on there.
All right.
So all right, go ahead and say yours.
Okay. So I think Chelsea made a mistake because this says Get-Go is this one,
Which you thought was done.
which I actually had that as Get-Go and I talked myself out of it.
You did. That's what happens on this show. It's wonderful. Your taste buds are nothing to be trusted. Mine was Dunkin'. So
We both did it.
we both
We both talked ourselves out of it.
I definitely flipped myself on
You
that
started
one
going on
as
this rant about how Get-Go's like more not as like mass brewed and how it's more like local, and you got in my head and I switched it.
Dunkin's America's Coffee. We run on Dunkin'. What can I say? My number 2 is Dunkin'.
I got Starbucks.
You're right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is Gecko, even though I guessed Dunkin'. It doesn't matter. The answers are actually correct and probably hiding these.
Can you explain me the number system one more time?
And then we're going to move on to number 3, which
Clearly.
mine is correct. Starbucks. I do not have to announce anything that I just said about Starbucks because they are, in fact,
We both got it right.
absolute dishwater trash.
Start killing yourself for a sponsorship in the future.
I'm never going to be big enough for Starbucks to sponsor
Just
me.
wait.
Or I just beep all that out.
So here's my question. You mentioned you were an editor, which I know.
I am.
Can you just edit it the point and just cut the point where I made the switch?
No.
This is a nightmare for a
Should
show.
we ask producer Jack if that's something that I can do?
It's not. You messed up. You literally already messed up. Maybe if you didn't chug them right away, that would have helped, right?
The Starbucks one I didn't know right away. That was a good call.
So you did, you were able to play off of that.
I also never had Gecko coffee.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, well, actually, no, this is the Gecko one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind, because I straight up
We did both get the name brand, so technically we both won. We didn't correctly identify. Okay, guess we're going in for a little bit of a hug.
We did
here.
it, man.
That's something.
We did it.
So nobody gets to take this home, technically. This just stays on set. At this point, it's a prop.
Okay.
It just stays there. This is the golden milk bottle that you play for.
Nice. I know.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Oh, do you watch the show?
Too much.
Wow. Too much. He rewatches episodes.
Well, I do humbly accept this. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. It's all yours then. I guess I'll make another one. Well, thank you for joining me.
I'm so happy I was able to come on the show, win, take home the golden milk bottle, and just have a great time.
Yeah.
A great time.
I did too.
I regret chugging the coffee.
I would too. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't, because I knew I would.
Can I finish it off?
Yeah, go for it. Don't
Post-credit scene.
stop. I'll just do the outro while you drink coffee. Thank you for watching. We look forward to watching you. We look forward. You're distracting me. We look forward to you watching the next episode. Remember to subscribe, share, like, and I'm gonna take Austin to the hospital now.